Mesa, Arizona. A storm of passion, betrayal, and murder brewed behind the facade of normalcy. Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander's twisted love story captivated a nation, culminating in a brutal crime. Their whirlwind romance quickly became a toxic dance of obsession and control. Arguments fueled by jealousy cast a shadow over their love affair. Friends and family witnessed the escalating turmoil, hinting at the deadly consequences ahead. Jodi and Travis's relationship, once idyllic, concealed a sinister reality. Possessiveness and jealousy turned their love into a battlefield. Friends recounted Travis's concerns about Jodi's volatile temper. Jodi's behavior took a sinister turn, tracking Travis incessantly. Friends and family saw the danger signs, but their pleas fell on deaf ears. Their relationship became a ticking time bomb, held together by fear. The breakup was fraught with emotional turmoil. Jodi's obsession morphed into something sinister, fantasizing about revenge. In her mind, there was only one solution to ensure Travis would never be with anyone else. Jodi's love turned into a bitter poison, fueling a dangerous obsession. Friends and family watched with concern as she plotted her revenge. The line between love and hate blurred, leading to a deadly obsession. Jodi's behavior became increasingly erratic, stalking Travis. Each interaction fueled her fury, solidifying her belief in punishing him. Travis, unaware of the extent of her obsession, began to fear for his safety. A strange calm settled before the murder. Jodi, seemingly resigned, was actually crafting a plan for revenge. The stage was set for a final fatal encounter. On June 9, 2008, a chilling discovery shocked Mesa, Arizona. Travis Alexander was found brutally murdered in his home. The community was left in shock and disbelief, questioning who could commit such a heinous act. Detective Esteban Flores led the investigation with methodical precision. Friends and family pointed to Jodi Arias, painting a picture of jealousy and desperation. The investigation intensified, focusing on finding concrete evidence to tie Jodi to the crime. News of Travis Alexander's murder sent shockwaves through the nation. The media descended upon Mesa, Arizona, hungry for details. Overnight, Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias became household names. The case had all the elements of a media frenzy. The public devoured every detail as the investigation unfolded. The media played a significant role in shaping public opinion. Details of Travis's life were juxtaposed against Jodi's troubled past. She was portrayed as a femme fatale, a manipulative seductress. The narrative resonated with the public, painting Jodi as a cold-blooded killer. The media frenzy intensified, fueled by leaks and speculation. The line between fact and fiction blurred. The Jodi Arias case became a media spectacle, a real-life soap opera. The stage was set. The year was 2013. The courtroom buzzed with anticipation. The Jodi Arias trial captivated the nation, drawing comparisons to the O.J. Simpson trial. Cameras captured every detail. At the center stood Jodi, defiant yet vulnerable. The prosecution presented a mountain of evidence. Witness testimonies painted a chilling picture. Jodi meticulously planned Travis's murder. The defense claimed self-defense. They argued Jodi was a victim of domestic abuse. The courtroom became a battleground of narratives. The prosecution hammered home the brutality of the crime. The gunshot, evidence of a calculated act. The tension in the courtroom was palpable when Jodi took the stand. Millions watched as she delivered her much-anticipated testimony. In a soft-spoken voice, she wove a tale of love, manipulation, and self-defense. Her version of events was met with skepticism and disbelief. Jodi claimed Travis had become increasingly abusive. She recounted his alleged infidelity and violent outbursts. She painted herself as a victim, trapped in a spiraling relationship. The murder, she claimed, was a desperate act of self-preservation. Her testimony was riddled with inconsistencies. Details changed with each retelling. The prosecution pounced on these discrepancies. They presented evidence contradicting her claims of abuse. Jodi's demeanor on the stand was perplexing. She swung between moments of apparent remorse and moments of cold detachment. Her performance polarized public opinion, solidifying her image as either a manipulative liar or a troubled woman. The Jodi Arias trial became a national obsession. For months, the case dominated headlines and talk shows. People were captivated by the twists and turns of the trial. Was she a cold-blooded killer or a victim of abuse? The courtroom drama became must-see TV. Viewers were glued to their screens. Social media exploded with commentary and speculation. Hashtags like Jodi Arias trended daily. Legal experts dissected the case. The trial sparked conversations about domestic violence and the justice system. It left many with more questions than answers. The nation held its breath for the jury's verdict. The weight of their decision was immense. A young man was dead and a woman stood accused. The world watched and waited for the jury's decision. The trial of Jodi Arias was more than just a legal proceeding. It was a media spectacle, a real-life soap opera on a national stage. Cameras captured every twist, every tear. The public devoured every image, every soundbite, every analysis offered by talking heads. Networks competed for viewers with sensationalized coverage. Critics argued the focus was exploitative, turning tragedy into entertainment. The line between news and entertainment blurred. The Jodi Arias trial became a national phenomenon. Section 2. Trial by public opinion. As the trial progressed, a disturbing trend emerged. The court of public opinion was moving at a much faster pace than the actual legal proceedings. Fueled by the constant media coverage and online discussions, people formed strong opinions about Jodi's guilt or innocence long before the jury had a chance to deliberate. Social media platforms became virtual battlegrounds, with hashtags like the Jodi Arias and Justice for Travis trending daily. Users, many with no legal expertise whatsoever, dissected the evidence, analyzed Jodi's body language, and rendered their own verdicts. The comment sections of news articles became cesspools of vitriol, with Jodi subjected to a level of scrutiny and judgment that bordered on the obsessive. The phenomenon of trial by public opinion raised serious concerns about the impact of media coverage on the justice system. Could jurors, even those instructed to avoid media coverage, truly remain impartial when bombarded with so much information, speculation, and outright condemnation? The question lingered, casting a shadow over the entire proceedings. The Jodi Arias case highlighted the challenges faced by the justice system in the digital age, where information spreads at lightning speed and opinions are formed in an instant. It was a stark reminder that the presumption of innocence, a cornerstone of the American legal system, can be fragile, easily swayed by the court of public opinion, a court often more interested in spectacle and judgment than in fairness and due process. Section 3. The digital lynch mob. The online world, often a place of anonymity and uninhibited expression, can be unforgiving, especially for those accused of heinous crimes. Jodi Arias, already a polarizing figure in the media, became a target for what can only be described as a digital lynch mob. Websites and social media groups dedicated to dissecting the case and condemning Jodi sprung up like mushrooms after a rain. Amateur sleuths armed with nothing more than internet access and a thirst for justice, or perhaps just a morbid curiosity, pored over every detail of her life, searching for evidence of her guilt, her depravity. The attacks were often personal, cruel, and dehumanizing. Jodi's appearance, her mannerisms, her every word were scrutinized, mocked, and used as further evidence of her guilt. She was labeled a monster, a sociopath, a black widow, terms thrown around with reckless abandon, devoid of any real understanding of their meaning. The online vitriol directed at Jodi Arias was a disturbing reminder of the dark side of human nature, our capacity for cruelty and judgment, especially when fueled by anonymity and a sense of righteous indignation. It raised uncomfortable questions about our relationship with justice, our willingness to condemn without due process, and the blurring lines between holding someone accountable and engaging in a virtual witch hunt. Section 1. The verdict and its aftermath. After months of dramatic courtroom showdowns, the Jodi Arias trial reached its climax. The jury deliberated for days, ultimately deciding the fate of a young woman. On May 8, 2013, the verdict was read: guilty of first-degree murder. The courtroom erupted in gasps and murmurs. Jodi, composed, showed little emotion as her fate was sealed. The verdict did not bring closure. Families of both Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias were left grappling with the consequences. The public remained divided on whether justice was served. The Jodi Arias case became a cultural phenomenon. It sparked conversations about domestic violence and media portrayal. The case left an indelible mark on the national psyche. Section 2. Lingering questions. Even with the guilty verdict and Jodi Arias' subsequent sentencing to life in prison, the case continues to fascinate and haunt. The questions that captivated the nation during the trial linger, their answers elusive, lost in the tangled narratives and conflicting emotions that define the case. What drove Jodi Arias to commit such a brutal act? Was it a calculated act of revenge, as the prosecution argued, or the desperate act of a woman pushed to the brink by abuse, as the defense claimed? The answer, like so much in this case, remains shrouded in ambiguity, a matter of speculation and interpretation. The Jodi Arias case also forced us to confront uncomfortable truth about our own relationship with violence, obsession, and the criminal justice system. Why were we so captivated by this case, so drawn to the details, the drama, the sheer horror of it all? What does it say about us as a society that we were so quick to judge, to condemn, to turn a tragedy into a form of entertainment? The Jodi Arias case, with its lingering questions and unsettling implications, serves as a stark reminder that the human heart is a complex and often contradictory organ, capable of both great love and unimaginable cruelty. It is a reminder that truth can be elusive, justice imperfect, and that even in the face of overwhelming evidence, some mysteries will forever remain unsolved. Please subscribe, like, and share.